difficult as they'll chase after Frank. Nice cogs will hold Mickey in place, and they still haven't managed to get their hands on Frank. Look at him, he's a fast little guy because of the fact that Mickey dropping a little low here. Does have that thirst speed. As they turn back around, this time Michael doesn't have the battery. He could opt to go and use it. He does end up popping the mango, but just not quite enough to stay alive here.
Yeah, that was nice.
Arcane room, so just gonna try to stack up as much as they can over onto Matu. And Michael again and Boxy, these two just constantly poking each other in this lane. Affliction in the top lane, getting just non-stop, always getting harassed here.
Oh, bottom.
Is forced to use the Fairy Fire in the bottom lane too. They end up getting the kill on Frank. As eventually Parker falls. This goes over here. Michael just kind of walking away. Does have to be careful though. He's popped the battery assault. He doesn't really want to get too close. So these races doing quite a bit. Boxy going in for the punch. He's trying to drag it underneath the tower, trying to get as many hits. Ring around the rosy, grabbing a hold of Boxy. Ends up dying, but does manage to get the kill in the end as Leo Style swoops on in and gets the kill on Mickey. So a bit of a odd situation there in this bottom lane, but Leo Style trying to clean up a little bit. Does have the lasso available, but this tower is going to go down. Zai having those little skelly men, the rally creeps, be able to remove the top tier 1 from the side of Infamous. Mid lane, trying to make some plays over here onto Parker, and it looks like it's going to be very successful. They do end up getting the lasso. We'll drag back over onto Boxy. They're trying to finish off Insania here. Should be able to do the trick. And now Boxy on the run. Oh, he finds the opening though, manages to get the kill. You can see that Michael was like trying to snipe the last hit there. You know, he's just there for moral support. He wasn't trying to kill snaps. They will also drop that. In fact, there are 2 observer wards over on the Witch Doctor. So I'm gonna try to see what they can find. They do have the Hawk, and they open up immediately. They do have the Sentry ward over on the cliffside. Affliction, realizing he's probably dead here, so he's gonna give them a little bit of a run, but they grab Insania. Leo Style, though, getting caught out over here on the side. He's not gonna be able to do anything. A nice split fight coming out from the side of Liquid.
Yeah, and that's all the value of the Hawk teleport points. Both towers gone.
One thing that's driving me a little bit nuts is I feel like Infamous isn't playing together necessarily. In the bottom lane, Matumba Mans gets his eyes and sights set on Michael. Parker's just leaving, does not want to be a part of this, doesn't know who else might be nearby. So that's yet another kill from Matumba Man and another permanent agility. In the top lane, there is another engagement going on as Frank is just going to get wailed away here by Insania. Gets that death ward off, but is going to end up ticking down. There it is. There's that rupture we talked about. Zai having to get into position, drops those seeds at the drag back from Leo Style. A nice combination. We'll be able to ensure they get the kill. Now Boxy searching around. Looks like he doesn't really want to stay here. He can't quite decide.
This tier 2 from falling. They're looking to go from the lane.
Look for the jump over onto Mickey, the drag back, immediately following up with the Spike Carapace. So Mickey, that is going to be the Aegis that ends up popping. They go and get the rupture off. A hookshot comes through. You can see that this Witch Doctor getting a lot of damage off over onto Parker, but they end up losing Leo Style now. The chase is on over here after Insania. He looks like he's gonna fall. Affliction now is gonna be the next one to die. And they are just running over here with Boxy as eventually on the back lines. They do get Mickey, but now they have to deal with Matumbo Man, and he is very, very difficult to have to put the pressure on. Although Parker trying his best using this pulse, but the jump forward coming out, they need a little bit more. They need some way to keep him alive, and they just do not simply have it. So at the end of the day, yes, they get the Aegis. Yes, they kill Mickey, but Liquid still has everything they...
But for now, he's still... looking like 1,700 gold away from the Aghanims completing.
Hook shot over onto Insania. Be able to knock him back with the cogs. They drop down the blood right. But it's going to take some doing to get this kill as the cast does get plenty of bounces. They end up losing Insania. He's going to buy back Michael, ticking down Parker though over here on the side, trying to fight with Mickey, but he's got himself a BKB, so it's just not going to happen for him. They eventually manage to get the kill on Boxy. The rest of the team, though, the side of Infamous, they just have to flee.
That one.
He's thinking that he could just cancel out a TP if they decide to port, but all right, we're seeing Michael make his way over. I hear a lasso, though, because they've grabbed themselves Mickey. They've also ruptured him, but gonna try to buy him a little bit more time here. Again, with that BKB, he's just so powerful. Parker just gonna be shredded into pieces. They'll get the kill on Michael. And Leo Style And Frank, oh my word, everybody is just crumbling. Affliction, the only one left because, of course, he was in the top lane trying to put the pressure onto Zai, but that's a team wipe. Going the way of Team Liquid. Oh my god. And you know, that depth shroud. Just enough to keep Mickey talk about his skills, but you can also talk about his fashion choices too. Those are legendary shorts. Yeah. All right, Daedalus online for Mickey. This guy is gonna hit so hard. I mean, he already hurts so hard, it feels, but it's about to get even more painful for the side of Infamous. They're trying desperately to gain some of this momentum back, some of this land even. They do have a gem on Leo Style, so they'll find Zai. They're going to try to drag him back, keep him silent long enough so that they can burst him down. The Depth Shroud, though, coming into play, allows him to get the BKB, gets the roar off as Affliction will fall. Leo Style next to die, and they'll follow up. And they just call GG. They realize they cannot stand toe-to-toe at this point. They've missed their timings, so this first game going over to the side of Team Liquid.
I mean, SF killed the Bloodstone Leshrac in 3 hits. He got 2 Daedalus procs, both 800 damage each. Yeah, he kind of just melted them there. That was definitely pretty straightforward.